Hello everybody. Have you ever printed something and then had your filament break? It was annoying and you didn't want to throw the thing away because you used so much filament in it? Well, this thing wasn't exactly that much filament. As you can see in the line there, after having it for a while and being annoyed that it wasn't finished, I found a way to finish printing it. Here, watch the rest of this video to see how. Alright, I should start a screen share program, but just for quick and dirty, I'll just go ahead and record. So, this at the very top, this is OpenSCAD, by the way, and at the very top, I included the phone holder. So all of this is just the resuming code, and it produces this, where it makes a ring at the bottom to position the piece, and then it will print the piece on the top. And one more thing which is important is I put a little nub in here that allows me to do color change right above it. And now the color change is not actually to change color, it causes the printer to stop and hang out for a bit until I tell it that it's ready to go. So here is where I included the original phone holder, and I call it 2fix-A, and then I made this other module called 2fix, where I took 2fix-A and rotated it and translated it, just because I wanted it to be in the right spot. And then I took these measurements. I have a ring height and ring width. Those are how thick this is and how wide it is. And then I have a fit tolerance, because if I make this exactly the same shape, the phone holder won't fit in there, so I give it a 0.5 height. And then I measured the height of the phone where it failed. I measured it at 8 locations with my calipers. Gotta love calipers. Kind of hard to live without them. Well, I guess, never mind. And so then, here are the modules that start making things up. So here's the bottom bit. So I take the model, the 2fix model, and I take a projection of it, so that turns it back to 2D. And then I make a ring, because I'll take the bottom bit, do the offset command, which makes it bigger. And then I take the difference and cut out a hole of it that has the offset of, well, the hole's down here. So this has the ring fit tolerance size, and this has ring fit tolerance size plus the ring width. So then that ends up producing this ring over here. So that's what this ring is. And then here is the top remainder. That's this portion up here. So that's a difference between the thing I'm wanting to fix and a cube. And then I just had to make it bigger than it, which would 200 by 200 is big enough. And I made the height of the print fail height, which was the thing I measured 8 times. Translated it so that it was centered on the origin. And then that's that. And then this little nubby thing, like I said, I had to put that there so that I have something that I can pause the print above. Otherwise, the print head would pause down here, and that wouldn't be so functional. So I put the ring fit, top remainder, and the nub. And then I jumped over to Prusa Control, and I know this software is outdated. I have the other stuff installed, but this is just so simple to throw something in. And I got familiar with the interface. So unless I need the fancy stuff from the other software, I just go ahead and use this. So here we go. That's what it looks like. I have the ring down here, and I have the thing up here with a little nub. And then I hit generate. And then I took the slice up to just before it starts printing all that stuff. So see there, it has the nub highlighted. So here's too high, and this is just right. And then I put a color change in. Color change. And so then I generate that, put it on the SD card, and I got other stuff I got a different recording showing using that. I stuck the SD card I want in. I changed the color over to the same color I had before. I put glue on the surface. And now I'm going to print from SD and print the resumer. And it should print the first layer and then go up to print that nub, which will just be squirting filament in space, and then do a color change so it will stop and beep. And at that point in time, I'll stick the existing print in there and we will go for it. Just doing the automatic bed leveling right now. I'll catch you later. We'll see what it does. It's putting down the first layer now. That's the right shape. It's still going at it. I sped it up to 131% because I'm standing here watching it the whole time. I'm waiting for it to all of a sudden jump up in the air and squirt that little nub out. So I made the width and height of that ring the same, so we should be able to kind of estimate how soon it's done by when the thickness of this and the height of it are the same. It should look like an extruded square that goes all over. Alright. Hope you don't miss this moment of jumpage, but okay. So it did the jump thing. So it finished that layer and it went up into the air and squirted a little out for the nub, which wasn't even enough to dribble. So that's cool. Didn't waste much filament. So I'll take that out, cut the little nub off so that when I stick it back in for my color change, it will be fine. And by that point in time, I'll have taken the piece and glued it into place so it fits nicely. It's a little jiggly, but that's fine. And I'll also slow down the speed significantly so that when the print head intersects with it, it will just melt instead of whacking it. Alright, so I'll take this out. And there's a nub on it. I have to cut that off. But before I stick that back in, I'm going to take this. Trust me, folks, I know what I'm doing. Never done this before. But by the time you see it, I will know the output. Everyone needs glue on their phone holder. Put this in here. Really? We're not going to break our 3D printer? Why would we do that? I put it... Alright, so be nice and secure. I don't know, maybe I should wait for it. But I'm not going to. I'm going to go ahead and stick the filament back in. Push them. Oops. Ah! Alright. Yes, it's ready, but I don't want to hit ready until I change the speed, but I can't change the speed, so I should change the speed before I jumped on his head. Okay, well that's not secure, but anyways, we will at least have a video of whatever happens.
There's a loop on the bottom of it.
I spun the speed down to 16. It looks like it's legit. Looks like it's a little bit of an intersection, melting some. But I'd rather have an intersection where it melts than a gap. So, that's happiness. So that was a little bit of excitement. I didn't slow it down before it jumped for the color change. So I did the color change and then it was still at 130% or whatever speed I cranked it up to. So I spun the knob really fast while it was going back to print. And it looks like I did good. I don't see the model wanting to... Oh, the model does move slightly. But I don't think that will be a problem. It does look like the ends are really smeared, which means it's being taken down a little bit. But that's cool. We're cool with that. As long as it goes slow enough that it melts instead of causing physical crashage. Ooh, we've got a little bubble going on there. Alright, well, I'm not sure how much people want to watch this or if I should jump. But I guess I'll just keep recording so I can make that decision later. It's weird how it filled in those holes completely. I want to jump forward in time. Alright, I just finally realized what's all filled in. Because as far as it knows, this is the bottom of the model and it's building upward, so it's putting down the floor. It just so happens the floor is halfway through a model. So, it's putting an end on it for fun. Which isn't that bad of a thing because the infill always going to have an unmatching pattern. Because I don't think I have this in the same spot I did when it was originally printed. In fact, I'm pretty sure I don't. So the inside lattice is probably not matching. So to have a floor is probably a good thing. It's kind of funny though. We're like filling that all in. I could almost like just stop it and say, we've capped it off. But I want this thing complete. Alright, so now I sped it up to 42% from what was like 13%, because it's no longer plowing through material. It's now laying down a lattice, so that's good. And you can see there's a little bit of offset back here, but that's tell because since I was using it, the back has been bent upwards. And so it doesn't match exactly. I don't exactly see much of a line anywhere else. You can tell where the seam is. But this will be functional and it will be complete and that will make me happy. Alright, it finished printing. So let's see how it did. Alright, so there's a little line on the front. That's not bad. There's a little line right there. That's not bad. But on this side, got a pretty good line. On the back is the worst. It looks like I said earlier, that when I used this, the bottom got bent up slightly so that when I print the end on it, it is off. It looks like it's off maybe by 0.3 millimeters. So, alright, so now I'll remove it. Whoop, there we go. So there we go. Now it's complete. That makes me happy. Yay.